What's up, everyone? All right, so there she is, 993 twin turbo Porsche 911. This is a beautiful car. We've got the BBS wheels on it. I have the original turbo twist, but I have these on. I really like the look of it. You've got the wing on the back. Obviously, that was for the turbo. I'm going to do a cold start for you, which truthfully isn't that exciting in this car. It doesn't have a super loud exhaust. I mean, it's not that it's got like a small exhaust pipe. It's got a nice, but it's just not a super loud exhaust. So that's fine. You'll hear it. And then I'm going to take it for a little bit of a drive. One of my favorite tones on the car is actually when it's really low RPM. When it's really low RPM, you get this really nice, deep kind of rumble. And that's my favorite. When it's in high RPM, it's the whine of the turbo. It's this very kind of, it's a turbo, so you hear it. But I'll give you the cold start, then take it for a little ride, take it for a little drive around, do a little bit of kind of the low RPMs, going slow, and then take it up on the freeway and get it up to speed and let you guys enjoy it. It's a super fun car to drive. It's about 400 horsepower. It is quick. It feels very quick. It's super light and you feel very connected to the road. So these cars are the last of the air-cooled Porsches 993. They are awesome and it's really a joy to drive. So this one you'll get to hear. I have a couple others that I'll give you guys a chance to hear as well. A naturally aspirated 993 and a 993 RS that I'm going to get a chance to drive. So you guys will enjoy that too. All right, so those will be coming soon. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can check out those new uploads when they come. All right, let's get into the cold start. This is a car that I feel totally comfortable taking long drives with. I've driven this 4 or 5 hours, no problem. It feels a little fragile. I mean, certainly the suspension, you've got to be careful. You can have some maintenance issues there. You know, I believe the clutch is hydraulic assist, almost positive. So you do have to be a little careful. You don't want to horse around on it too much. Maybe the way you could on a naturally aspirated engine, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm not the type of person that's going and testing at top speed on cars. Certainly not on a car like this. I just enjoy driving it around and just shifting through the gears. That manual transmission. I would never buy this car in an automatic. That probably goes without saying, but I wouldn't do it. So just cruising on these back roads, kind of in and out of the turns. And then getting up on the freeway. The funnest part on the freeway is the on-ramp, and then it's boring pretty much for the rest of the drive. It's getting up to speed and then it's 6th gear and you're just cruising. So highways are fun with on-ramps and maybe off-ramps. hitting an off ramp, downshift, and having a little fun there. But that's about it. This car really thrives on the back road. So, you know, like the country route, instead of taking like I-91 up to Vermont, I could take Route 5, windy road, and that's gonna be a lot more fun. Okay. So there we go. Downshift. Let it slow the car down a little bit. So there I had to drop down to second, which, you know, I don't really like doing that. It's just a little harder. Feels like it's a little harder on the car, but then down to second here is okay. I'm slowing down. Out of here. Doesn't look like there's much of anyone on this road, which is kind of nice. Alright. A couple folks crossing the road here. This will give me a chance to slow down. I've been driving a 72 Land Rover this summer, so I'm not like super good on the clutch right now. Well, on this car, you get used to what you drive, and I feel like I'm not quite as used to this car, but boy, it is quick. Second gear. Now we got some 18-wheelers. Alright, so we'll do a little zip here. Third gear. I don't think you would have a problem going 90 in third gear on this car. That might be about the limit, but you could do it. I'm gonna zip around the car here. With a car like this, you want to stay in the slow lane. I'd rather have that minivan coming up behind me be the one that cop thinks is driving a little too fast. Not me. The guy in the red Porsche? No. Fourth gear. No, that's the Prius that was speeding. Alright, third. So kind of like right at the max, a little high on the RPM for max power. But keeping it around 4,000, 5,000 feels pretty good. 3,000 is a little too low. but it goes up to just a little over 7,000, 7,500. So you have a kind of narrow window of really peak power on this, even though it's a twin turbo. But I would say the overwhelming sound being in the driver's seat is that turbo whine. Not that that's a bad thing, again. It's just the sound that I notice. So it's up to about 5,000 RPM. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride. I'll say that. It's not, this isn't your like Bentley GT or something like that. It's you feel the road. You know, again, so depending on the type of roads you're driving on, that may be more of a problem or less of a problem. In fact, on a really bumpy road, you would start to feel like you're skipping over the bumps, and you would start to feel like not as much control, which is understandable when you've got a really tight suspension. That's a part of the deal. Well, looks like a truck blew out his tire. Shreds of rubber all over the road. It really does handle well. This car has 28,000 miles since new. So, I mean, this feels tight, handles great, feels probably just as good as it felt when it was brand new. It was 25 years ago. So, a little over 1,000 miles a year average on this. And, you know, I really haven't driven it a lot, but I've driven it enough to get a good feel for it. It is nice to drive a car long enough to get a really good, you know, to feel like you're one with the machine. You just are totally dialed in with the clutch and the shift pattern and everything else. But you know, the enjoyment of becoming really dialed in with one machine comes with the sacrifice of not being able to trade or drive a variety of different cars. So being able to kind of trade from car to car, switch from car to car is pretty special too. I mean, I really enjoy that. So a bit of a tight turn here. Going out So now we've got a really nice warm engine. You can tell the exhaust sounds a little bit different when it warms up a bit. Your 40 to 60, maybe 50 to 80 kind of range is where it feels like there's the most pickup. And partially that's because it is a manual transmission, so you know, going from first to second, there's just that lag while you're shifting. But then from second up into third, and from third up into fourth, you've got a little bit more band on those gears, so you can get a little faster. I love looking in the rearview mirror and seeing the spoiler there in the back. I know not everyone's a fan of it. I don't like the black spoilers of the turbos in the 80s and maybe early 90s, but I like the color matching spoiler. I think these ones look pretty good. And this color is one of my favorites, Arena Red. It's a maroon. It's not the bright red. It's a maroon red. I think it looks awesome. So although it's not going to get me the best gas mileage, keeping the RPMs right around 4,000 kind of gives me the spot where I can lean on it a little bit, or I can ease off and it'll pull the car, slow the car back down. Just easing off the pedal kind of brings it back down. So you get a little bit of engine brake, or if you want to punch it, you can get going. I could go to third, it'll jump it up to like 5,500. So if I need to jump by someone real quick on a single lane passing zone, I could do that. It's a fun car. Anyone out there thinking about getting a Porsche 993 Turbo, I say you can't go wrong. It really is a lot of fun to drive, a lot of fun to own. You might want to test the naturally aspirated, just, you know, but this one's faster. I mean, it's definitely faster. It's got more torque. It's a faster car, turbo for sure. But if you're going slow, you're just cruising through town, and you want that kind of deeper rumble, just that kind of almost shakes the pavement as you go by. For that, a big naturally aspirated engine. So the 911 RS, that would be nice. So it depends on your personality. You let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this cold start of a Porsche 993 and a little bit of a drive. All right, see you guys for the next episode. What's up, everyone? All right, well, if you made it to the end of this video, you must also be a tire kicker just like me. So hit that subscribe button and come over to tirekickers.com to check out some articles that I've written about some of my favorite cars, including that 23 window 1961 VW bus.